Hi, good evening, folks. Well, Mr. Hyde showed up tonight. Let's look at the game coming up. All right, well, flat effort tonight, I thought. I didn't like it at all. It wasn't a fun game to watch at all. Even at the end, guys, when it was 5-3, I didn't really, whoops, as I'm talking, I didn't really have any hope at the end. I just was playing it out. And you know what? I felt, anyway, like a fan, that we got what we deserve when we let in that seventh goal tonight. I mean, Anderson, his head wasn't in it. The team's head wasn't in it. And they deserve to be a little embarrassed at the end. You know, they kind of got what they deserved there. But it is what it is, and thus the life of being a Sabres fan. Gad. All right, I'll go over the numbers briefly. The face-offs, 51% to 49% for the Sabres. Well, we're in pretty much every game now. It's not often we get killed in the face-offs anymore, eh? Power play 0 for 1, penalty kill 2 for 2. Hits, we had 15, they had 17, and by period, Sabres had 7 in the first. It was 7-7 in the first. I'll do it this way. 7-7 hits in the first, 6-5 hits for the Sabres in the second, 5-2 for the hits for Columbus in the third. And we had 8 blocks, they had 12. We had 3 giveaways, they had 6. You know, these numbers don't look bad, but if you watch the game, it's a whole different story tonight. It was, you know. The shots in the first period, 19-8 for Columbus. Shots in the second, 12-10 for Columbus. And in the third, 18-8 for Buffalo. But even in that period, even though I know we were out shooting them, I didn't feel like there was going to be any pushback in this game. I just didn't feel like it, guys. Let's look at the Hayden. Hayden played a good game. I know he was in the minus. He was a -1, but he played a good game. He had 3 hits, a block. He was effective out there. You know, he had a bit of a mean streak going, and it was nice to see Krebs lose his temper. I was happy about that when he went to the dressing room there late in the second. I was happy to see that. I was like, about time. Nice to see that with Krebs. He was frustrated today. He got an assist, and Tage got another goal. You know, that was nice to see. He got a goal. A -3 for the night, so frustrating night for him. Samuelson, Fitzgerald, same thing. It was just a frustrating night. It really was. You know, there's nothing to nitpick except as a team. It just wasn't. But, you know, look, you take the good with the bad, and if you look at Fitzgerald, he was a -3, but he laid out 3 hits in the game. Samuelson also had 4 shots, so you know what I mean? It's one of those things today where I don't think any stat would have helped us tonight. I just don't. Not with an effort like that, guys. It was a lackluster effort. I found that the Sabres kind of floated in this game, and maybe they just expected to play well after last game. Who knows? You know, they came off an emotional loss yesterday, but still, I thought we would have had a better effort tonight, really. It's just one of those things where you're playing a Blue Jackets team right now who is playing better. I mean, this team, you know, they're drafting well. They're playing well over there. That team got gutted by free agency over the last 5-6 years, right? With Panarin leaving and everything. And still, you know, this franchise is doing okay. You know, they're floating around 500. Let me just grab a quick look at that. They're floating around 500. Yeah, they're right in the middle of the pack in their division at 25-23. It's not bad for a team that's been gutted, it seems, year after year after year. Then Tortorella's gone and bring in a new coach, all sorts of things. They're -17 in goals for and against, but they continue to hang around. I find them, it's kind of like Detroit in our division. You know, Detroit's over 500, and they're not really, you don't feel like they're an over 500 team yet. Detroit's getting close to it, though. That home record of Detroit, I'll keep saying, is impressive. But the Sabres now are 3-6-1 their last 10. We're 16-27. I believe that's the first time all year we're 11 games under 500. And, you know, the goals for and against don't lie with the Sabres. They're -44 in that department, guys. And, you know, We're the second before worst in our division in that department, and we're second before worst in the standings. It's kind of it's where they should be, really. The Sabres shouldn't be any higher than this right now. Now, unless they finish strong. You know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's 1, 2. Look, the only teams with the worst plus-minus in goals for and against in us is Philadelphia's minus 47. Montreal's minus 83, but Montreal's a disaster this year, and they're trying to establish themselves again. And at least the Canadians are active and making trades. They're doing things. They're not just sitting pat. This is one thing I can't stand about the damn Sabres, is how they just sit in it and don't do nothing. You know what? And next game will be Tokarski, and then it'll be Anderson. It's like, come on. You know, enough with these guys, and just bring in Hauser and throw him in there 6 out of 7 games and see what he does. I just want to see a change. I want some changes. Chicago's minus 50. Arizona's minus 74. Seattle's minus 47. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other teams are in the plus minus worse than us in goals for and against. It's not very good. And that means, you know, technically speaking, that should mean we're 6th before last overall. And right now, we're 6th before last overall. You know? The only team in front of us is Chicago that has that, and we're in front of New Jersey, who is better than, and that's it. So it's kind of, you know, I always say that never lies. That statistic never lies. That's one stat you can count on, and it tells you where your team is at. And right now, today, I'm glad we got our ass kicked in the end. I really am. I'm glad the way it closed out, because there was no fight. And if there's no fight, you deserve to get punched in the head. It's just the way it works. You can't do that. We can't just sit back, guys, and we can't just sit back and be a doormat to this league like we were tonight. Tonight we were a doormat team, and this is this is the Jekyll and Hyde syndrome. You know, like this team I seen yesterday. My God, I was so impressed. And I get Darlene wasn't playing, okay? And if anybody can let me know, what the hell's that about? Why wasn't he in the lineup? Does anybody know? Because I missed the early stages of that game. I passed out and woke up, and I was busy doing something. And then I remembered, oh my God, it's 6 o'clock the game, not 7, you know? So I jumped on, the game had started, I see Darlene's not in the lineup. So I don't even know yet why, because I was busy like getting the board ready for another video after this one. And right now, if the Sabres are gonna play like this, Jesus, if they're going to play like, but they're not going to play like this. You know what? They're going to look good next game and then be bad the game after that one. I mean, this is what's going on with this team. This is a Jekyll and Hyde team this year. We don't know game to game what we're going to get. Like next game, Anderson might start. Who knows what they're going to do? Let's say Anderson starts and pitches a shutout for our first shutout this year. The one good thing, though, is I'm happy Tage scored again. I want to see him get to 30 as quick as possible. I do. I want to see Tage. And I want a little healthy competition with him and Skinner on the team for the goal title. You know, that'll push both of them. It's good. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So right now, guys, this team tonight, no, this isn't the team I talked about in the last video, okay? Just so you know, if you're new to my channel, I don't lie. I'll tell it as it is. I really will. I won't pretend that, you know, it was because of the refs or, you know, it's because we have a losing culture. I don't use lame excuses. We didn't win today because there was no fight, okay? There was no contact. You're playing one of the softest teams in the league when it comes to contact. You should hit them, like, or do something. Like, there's a lot of areas. Besides that, though, like, it wasn't that tonight. I mean, tonight it just seemed, they almost looked uninterested. Really. Confused again. This looked like the team that played Ottawa tonight, you know? This looked like a team that hasn't won a road game this year. That's how they look tonight. Even though we've been decent on the road overall, I mean, the last, 12 games or so. It's bizarre. This is, guys, this is a bizarre team, okay? This team, if I let them, they'll play with my emotions and I'll wind up in a friggin' rehab or something. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. This is, it's one of those things, guys. We just got to let it go and move on to the next game and see what they bring forward that game. I just hope, I mean, I did not hear anything about Darlene being hurt. I'm guessing they gave him a rest. Is that possible? Did anybody hear? Because let me know in the notes. Maybe I'll find out by then anyway, because I just have no clue what that's about. And I was looking online, I couldn't find anything on him. Like, what the hell is this about, you know? I thought Darlene was for sure gonna play tonight, so anyway. Bit of a nightmare. Leave it there. All right, guys, I got another video to make. I'll see you in that one. I'm over and out talking about this game. See you then.